Hello grade 8, I hope you are fine. We're gonna start our fourth quarter, and that quarter is very easy because we're gonna take only 3 lessons. This first lesson will start from page 124. It's History of Early Modern Europe. History of early modern Europe, we need to know that it started with a very important period for all the people and all the history called the Renaissance. But to talk about the Renaissance, we need to talk about the period that was before the Renaissance and how was Europe that time. Actually, this period before the Renaissance was dominated by the Catholic Church in Europe. And this domination by the Catholic Church made the Crusades, these wars by the European Christians that was headed against the Arabs and to take Jerusalem or the Holy Land. And some people started to not be fine with this idea that the church dominates everything, bans everything, and make the people not to think what to do. It tells the people how to think, how to write, how to read, and there is no creativity was at that time. There was no art, literature, all stopped since the Roman Empire. So we can say in that period there was no creativity at all, no art, no literature, no creative ways and ideas of thinking. And the time of Crusades grew 2 important cities in Italy. It's Venice and Florence. We can see here Venice and we can see here Florence. And because these 2 cities were all the time inside a big process of trading, so they were very rich cities in Italy. And the people start think with a new way that we need more advances in literature and in art and generally new creative ideas. So what is the Renaissance? This Renaissance is the period of creativity, new ideas, new advances in art, literature and science that swept from Europe from about 1350 to 1500s. Renaissance spread from Florence and Venice and Italy. That's Venice and that is Florence. So if I'm gonna go back to the book here, Florence, Italian city that became rich through trade during and after the Crusades. The same idea about Venice, it became rich through trading during and after the Crusades. So guys, now we know that Renaissance is this period that started to people start to have new ideas and new way of thinking and advances in everything, literature, science, art, and in everything started from these 2 cities, specifically it's Florence and Venice. So I'm gonna go back to the book here and just start. The Renaissance started in Italy, as we said, Florence and Venice. They were rich cities. The people started to bring books from, or I can say translated books, and these books about the Greeks and Romans and how these 2 civilizations were really interested in arts, literature and in everything. And the people started to think, what if we just study as the Romans and the Greeks were studying literature and art and all of these important aspects. So people studied subjects once taught in Greek and Roman schools such as history, poetry and grammar. These subjects are known as the humanities. Humanities, it's all these subjects that the people can be advanced in. Increased study of humanities led to humanism. Alright, so when the people in these two important cities start to think, start to get more books about the Greek and Roman civilizations, a new movement or way of thinking called humanism raised. So what is the humanism? It's idea or way of thinking that the people are capable of great achievements. I can say here that humanism started in the Renaissance period. Very important people that we need to know, and they were the founders of this period, the Renaissance. They are artists, and some of them are very big novelists and drama writers. The artists are the most important to know that of the founders, Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Here I will show you the pictures of them. That's Michael and that's Leonardo, and here we can find Shakespeare. These two painters were really important at that time of the Renaissance, because they started to paint humans and show the qualities of humans. And the same idea about Shakespeare and his writings and his drama, he could imitate the life of the humans and make it really valuable. So here, as we see in the book, the artists Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci showed their belief in humanism by making the people in their paintings look like unique individuals. William Shakespeare looked closely at human nature and behavior. Reading about Greek and Roman scientific advances inspired Europeans to study math, astronomy, and their science. Some used their new knowledge to create new invention. One of the first and most important inventions made by a science called Johannes Gutenberg, and actually it was movable type painting press. And this kind of advanced for that time invention made printing books more easily and quicker, cheaper and everything. And this kind of printing press made it easy for printing books, and making easy for printing books will spread this idea of Renaissance and humanism for the whole of Europe. And here picture for this Johannes Gutenberg, and that's the first movable type printing press, as we can see here. We have two easy questions. That's the first part, we have finished it. Circle the names of the country where the Renaissance began. We know two cities, Venice and Florence, and both of them are in Italy. List three developments that led to the Renaissance. We said that all bringing books written by ancient Greeks and Romans, one of them. Also, scholars from other parts of the world came to Italy. As we know, guys, Italy became, or these two cities became like trading center, and in a trading center we can find more and more people that they come from different areas from the world, and you will find different culture, you will find different ways of thinking, and this mix of ways of thinking made this Renaissance, or made the people start to go out of this domination of the church to new ways and new ideas. So that is the first part we have finished, and the next part will be on Thursday. Thank you very much for listening, and wait please for the next video.